in this step we're going to make sure our projectile gets positioned properly in front of the player. So let's edit our projectile script. And in here, when we're shooting to the left or shooting to the right, we want to add some positioning blocks. So if we go to transform, we want set X position of myself to 0. Grab that and drag that underneath the velocity block for shooting to the right. Let's position myself, the projectile, to wherever the player is plus a little bit. So we'll get rid of that 0. We want a plus block. So if we go to operators, grab 1 plus 1, and in the left here we want to get X position of the player. So we'll go to transform again, and we want X position of myself. Get that myself out of there and replace it with first instance by tag player, which we do have here already. We can duplicate that. So we're setting the X position of myself to the X position of the player plus, let's try plus 100. You can tweak this number if you want. Before we go testing it, let's make sure we position vertically as well. So we'll duplicate that set X position of myself block, put it underneath there, and this needs to be changed to Y. So we're setting the Y position as well, the vertical position of the projectile. Instead of plus 100, let's try plus 50. Let's test that out. Will it shoot to the right and get positioned properly? Yes. For the left, still not positioning properly. So let's go and tweak that now. So when we're shooting to the right, we're positioning good. Let's duplicate those blocks and put them down for when we're shooting to the left. Set X and set Y position of myself. Now when we're facing left, do we want to go plus 100? Let's see what that looks like. Well, that's coming out of the back of us, which is not quite right. So let's change that to a minus 100 and see what that looks like. There's quite a bit of a gap there, so we might change that to minus 10 for the X position. And that's working pretty well. In the next step, we'll get our projectile to destroy obstacles.